Michiana. This is ABC 57 News at 7 on the CW25.
It's the first day back to school for students in Elkhart schools, and police will be out in school zones catching speeders who might still think it's summer break. And preventing tragedies on the tracks. Only on ABC 57, a ride along with officers who patrol the railroads, working to make sure you make it home alive. Good morning, Michiana. Thanks for joining us for ABC 57 News on the CW25. I'm Drew Gardner. Emily Evans is off this morning. We will have all of those top stories from overnight coming up in just a few moments. First, though, let's head over to the Weather Center and get a check of your forecast with meteorologist Greg Bobus. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, Drew, forecast is pretty much the same. This is one of those shower, rinse, repeat kind of forecasts where you just kind of take yesterday, make it today, we'll make today into tomorrow. The only differences this morning, and they're minor, is that we're a little bit warmer by about 4 degrees. We've spent the better part of the last 12 hours in the 60s. Not many 50s popping up this morning, though. We're at 65 in South Bend, 63 in Sturgis, and 62 in Goshen. One of the other changes in the forecast this morning is it is fairly cloudy to get us started. Those clouds will decrease. Going into the afternoon, we'll have a good deal of sun, 74 by noon, 79 degrees at 3 p.m. and 80 for the afternoon high. We'll look ahead to the rest of this week. Your beach forecast, pool forecasts, the whole 9 yards coming up within the next hour. We'll see you back at the full forecast in 10 minutes. Drew?
And I'll switch gears to traffic and head over to 95.3 MNC's Mark McGill. Good morning, Mark.
Thanks, Drew. Good morning to you. Back to school today for students in Elkhart and Goshen. Schools look out for kids to and fro as they head to school and to the school bus. Also, as the school buses are out this morning, make sure you are aware that if the stop arm is extended, you must stop. So again, back to school today for students in Elkhart and Goshen. Also new this week in South Bend, Wayne Street is closed from Chapin to Scott, and Ironwood is restricted from Corby to McKinley for repaving. We are crash-free at this hour, both the bypass and toll road. Looking just fine. Have a great drive in this morning. From the MNC Traffic Center, I'm Mark McGill, ABC 57 News.
An Elkhart teenager who's fighting part of his sentencing will have to wait it out a little longer. A Niles judge agreed to consider Zach Anderson's appeal for a new sentence, but didn't make a decision on Wednesday. The 19-year-old and his family are fighting the part that requires him to register as a sex offender every year for the next 25 years. The teen was convicted of sex crimes after he had sex with a 14-year-old girl who said she was 18 on a dating app called Hot or Not. The courthouse was busy Wednesday with people who feel Zach's punishment is unfair.
I have a son who will be on the registry too, and this is actually the first opportunity that I've had to protest in this way. Most families are too embarrassed, too ashamed.
Sex offenders are not allowed to live with anyone under the age of 17. That includes Zach's 15-year-old brother. The judge is expected to make a further ruling on the case in about a week. And breaking overnight, 3 men are in the local hospital this morning after a bad car crash in southern St. Joseph County. The 2-car crash happened around 4:30 this morning near Ironwood and Layton Roads. Police from multiple agencies responded and pried the men out of the tangled-up vehicles. Police say the driver of the pickup truck crashed into the sedan that had 2 guys inside.
Two people in the sedan over here that's pushed up here next to the telephone pole, and I believe there's one individual in the pickup truck here that's in the middle of the intersection. Yeah, the car is pretty heavily damaged, being hit by the big pickup truck. So them being